Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever, whenever that you may be tuning in. This is Yonks, and this is now day two in our money printer creation process, us building in public to help create YonksTEAM, the money printer. And we're building this using the We Own AI technology solutions. And most of the conversations here this week are going to be geared towards WordPress. So let me minimize here our video thumbnail for today. And this is the Google Docs where we're organizing these conversations. This is a very templated agenda that we basically borrowed from creating this within our ecosystem we own XYZ. And I always love talking about our FELG culture. I'm looking forward to create an NFT on Zora to represent FELG culture. So stay tuned for that. I'll be sharing that here because this is going to be the most regular cadence of live stream conversations here in September for building in public. So, one of the things that we walked through last night was, and I'm going to go here, we're currently on day two agenda, and you can see on here, and let's see, we'll just check these first two things. So, install WordPress plugins. So, yesterday during our conversation, we went through and we identified what do we want the YonksTEAM website to do? Functionality, brand, obviously. Personal brand versus business brand. And let's actually, real quick here, Tyler, talk about when that we want to do a featured. So this is Wednesday. Let me open up the calendar real quick because one of the things I want to do better at is getting these conversations scheduled on the calendar. And I want to do a feature around using storybrand.ai to get our brand messaging, our website wireframe done. So let me get the calendar opened up here. And I'd really like that to be here this week. Thursday. Do you want it to be as soon as tomorrow, Tyler? What do you think? Or Saturday?
Saturday's gonna be pretty busy. Um, are we, so tomorrow is more open.
So should we just plan? Normally, we're going to be doing this conversation a half an hour earlier, but we've had some late night activities with Brooke, our 4-year-old, that has alleviated that from occurring. So I'll go ahead and get that scheduled tomorrow, where we'll focus on using StoryBrand to come up with our um, messaging, personal brand here for YonksTEAM. So send emails. So one of the things that a lot of people aren't aware of is that there's a little bit of stuff that happens under the hood in order for email functionality to work. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about, and I'm actually going to go here real quick to wpmanageninja.com, who is the WordPress. This is the development team that has created a good portion of the WordPress plugins that we're going to use. And products, so one that we're going to be talking about here is Fluent SMTP. So let me actually just go over here. So you can see here, this is our YonksTEAM dashboard. I'm currently logged in with our YonksTEAM account, and as I mentioned, no plugins are currently available. So one thing that we're going to do is add a plugin. So one of the core functionality things, and I'm not going to go through and get these plugins configured tonight, but Fluent SMTP. All right, so we're just going to click on, and this is a pretty impressive statistic, 400,000 plus active installations. So this is a free plugin that is provided by the Fluent team, and I'm going to go ahead and install that now. And I'm going to go ahead and activate this plugin as well. So, Fluent SMTP needs to be configured for it to work. This is not something I'm going to do here during this conversation tonight, because one of the other things that is a component of getting this to work, and this is where I said that there's a few things under the hood. So, SMTP to go is our email service. We've been using SMTP to go for several sites, weown.xyz and weown.academy. And the thing that I like about SMTP to go is they have a free service that get started with our free plan for up to 1,000 emails per month. With how that we're currently using our service with We Own XYZ and We Own Academy, we haven't exceeded that. But this is one of the things that email marketing is going to be new to us. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. But this is where we're going to sign up for that. I'm not going to go through that. I've already created a breakout piece of content on that, but that's worth mentioning. So going back here, we've got Fluent SMTP. I'm going to actually add this here to the bullet point, and I'm going to just keep that on this list over here to keep these things together. And I'm going to just do this little arrow here, Fluent SMTP. So calendar tool, and I'm actually going to reprioritize here. Well, no, I'm going to leave it in this order. So, calendar tool, going back to WP Manage Ninja, the Fluent Booking is the calendar tool that we're planning to use as well. So let me open up this features. And this is something that you mentioned, Tyler, that you've been paying for a while with Calendly.com. The nice thing about this is that all of the interactions that we do will now be in our CRM. Tyler and I have probably literally done hundreds of appointments over the last several years using me, Cal.com, and Tyler Calendly. And we don't have any of those interactions that we've engaged with captured in our CRM tool. So let's go back to add a plugin, Fluent CRM. And part of the struggle with WordPress is knowing which plugins to use and which functionality. There's literally hundreds of them. And this is one that I'm not going to unpack the reasons why. This is something that we'll have. And here we're talking, oh, Fluent Booking. I did a search for Fluent CRM. I'm just going to install both of those here real quick. And one of the benefits of being in the We Own AI ecosystem and the technology stack, and this is one of the things that we will have to figure out as far as different functionality, because these this sorts of functionality is on a licensing basis. I'm not going to break all of that down right now, but that's something that we will incorporate into our uh, pricing mechanism for the tech stack solution that we're creating. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this plugin and activate the Fluent CRM plugin. So going back here, calendar tool. And this is something that we will work on creating more documentation in our ecosystem where appropriate. Fluent booking, Fluent CRM. Add plugin, WooCommerce. And I think I'm going to hold off on WooCommerce right now. Not going to unpack why, because I don't know if we're actually going to be having any checkout workflow here. And let's actually go back. And I'm going to put this one here as a comment. Will wait on installing this plugin. Comments. So out of the other things that are on this list, Tyler, what in landing pages, this is kind of some built-in functionality. Oh yeah, task management. Let me actually find the plugin that we're planning to use. We're planning to use Matomo for analytics. And let's see, matomo.org. And this is an alternative to privacy first Google Analytics. And let me do a let's see, on premise versus cloud. Let me see the pricing. Let's see. This could be interesting. Ethical marketing field guide. Let me just do a search here for WordPress. And one of the reasons, like a lot of people may say, well, why are you using WordPress in 2025? Well, the simple reason is the functionality that we're wanting to do. A lot of this functionality outside of WordPress, there's a monthly subscription model. And this is one of the things that we're wanting to minimize from a cost standpoint, like CRM solutions. HubSpot has been an enormously successful software as a service um, thing here for a while. And we're wanting to create with We Own AI, wanting to create ownership. And this is one of the things that we will absolutely be incorporating AI into what we're doing. So let's see here. Going to the and let me actually just search in here for Tomo. So the one that the one that we're using is the Connect Matomo. And the main reason why that this is the one that we're using is that this one is the one that will allow us to migrate or also allow support for our on-premise analytics. And let's see, search. Anyway, I'll create another piece of content later on that. So gonna go ahead and activate, and I'm fairly certain, let me actually do a search here real quick. Okay, so this was the piece, this was the article that I was wanting. How do I install, oh, where did it go? There it is. How do I install Matomo for WordPress? So if you're already using Matomo on-premise or Matomo Cloud account, it's recommended to install the Connect Matomo plugin instead of our Matomo. So we're planning to utilize the Matomo on-premise within our Kubernetes cluster. Not going to unpack what all of that means, but this is just the best option for what we're looking to do here. So it just provides more functionality. So getting back to our WordPress dashboard, so I'm going to go ahead and click on Activate. Fairly certain that this will also require, and let's actually take a look here at the settings. All right. So here's the link for the settings. And this is taking a little while to load. Um, that's probably a good thing to also look at is the performance plugin. So let's actually go to add a plugin and look to use GT metrics. Maybe that was not the right one. Let's see. Well, I'll take a look. This is the one that I was thinking of, but this says last updated 2 years ago. So there might be a better solution than GT metrics for this. But that's something that we can take a look at here. Um, so, all right. Well, we've got a good portion. Let's go back to our list. So, on this list, Tyler, what is some other things? Are you wanting Kanban right now on YonksTEAM, or is that something that we can wait?
I think it's important, but since we don't have a lot of users on the enterprise, I don't know how easy it is to make a personal board on one and move it to the other if we just need to start our own board from the beginning. It's not something I like combining, but that's kind of where it is right now.
I'm not sure I was following that, but it's a different. So, if you're talking about the We Own XYZ, there's not any that I'm aware of integration between one Fluent board's installation and another.
Yeah, then it's not super high priority, but we need to get our own Kanban going so everybody on the cohort can have their Kanban going also. And the let's see what else. The landing page, we've got the AI readiness assessment going. Was wondering, do you happen to know when somebody fills that out, does or any landing page or any form, do we get those by emails? Do they automatically populate to the CRM? What do we need to do to get that going?
Well, that's functionality on We Own XYZ. So that's something that you would have to ask Roman about.
Well, what I was wondering was, yeah, I know for that assessment, but what I'm wondering is when people start doing their own quizzes and their own forms, anything that we want on our website, where does that functionality live?
That's workflow that we need to define as far as how that we want that to work. And the AI readiness assessment, I anticipate will be a critical tool for AI coaches as a component of onboarding people so that we can best serve them with the We Own AI technology solutions that we're going to be providing through this bundle of tooling. Looking through this list, let me one that we definitely want to do is Azon Press. Let's actually go ahead and do that now. A affiliate track is definitely going to be a and I might have to just download this and upload it because I'm not seeing it in the library. So that's one of the things that I'll do here in another conversation, and that's something that we'll work on getting configured. One of the things, Tyler, we've both used Yoast SEO in the past. Is this something that we want to use here on YonksTEAM?
I don't remember what it. I don't remember if it was any good or did we? We didn't really produce enough content to generate any SEO, did we?
Um, I'm not sure if it was, but I definitely remember using it, and you can see that this is something that's very, very popular. 10 million plus, 10 plus million active installations with 27,000 five-star reviews.
Yeah. Is this
Um,
gonna? Are we looking for GEO also or SEO only?
Well, it does say upgrade for AI tools, and this is a conversation that I was having. And for those people, GEO, generative engine optimization, uh, that's what one of the reasons that I think that it would be worthwhile. Let me actually look at the more details. So, plugin homepage. Um, so this is $118 a year. I'm not sure if this is for that's for SEO premium. Um, and it does have built-in AI. So this is one of the things that we can evaluate if it checks the box as far as doing that. But that may be an opportunity to do as well. And I'm not sure if it just provides AI to enhance your some of your stuff, or if it actually creates the schemas that make it easy for chatbots and ChatGPT and Claude and Grok and to get worthwhile Google Gemini. But anyway, we can take that conversation offline, Tyler, as far as Yoast. So these are some of the plugins that we're using. WordPress is going to be a key portion of what we're doing. And this is where, again, we're really planning to simplify a lot of this process with AI agents to automate that. And while we're building towards that, we're definitely going to be helping people get this figured out. And through our AI coaches in training cohort, we're going to have other people that'll assist with that process as well. Part of the reason that I'm holding off on the WooCommerce plugin is I'm not sure that we need e-commerce functionality. This is likely something that we're going to add. We have used that on several other sites as well. One thing that I am going to put on here is let's actually go to appearance um, and go to themes, add a theme. We're going to install Cadence, which is a theme framework right here. Install. And I'm going to go ahead and activate this theme. And I'm going to delete the existing one because it's best practices to not have more than one theme. Okay, so let's actually take a look at what our hello world looks like now because it'll look a little differently. So, hello, world. And this is something that we're going to work on improving. Expecting this will look very, very different here by the end of the week as we work on, because right now it's looking like that we're going to work on the branding and the messaging and getting that in place here tomorrow during day three, where the focus of the conversation and as far as getting these plugins configured, because we just went from no functionality to a whole stack of functionality. Analytics, calendar booking tools, CRM, customer relations management, marketing automation, and then under the hood, Fluent SMTP. And that's just the start. And I'm going to put here theme equals cadence. Um, I'll install the affiliate links. There's We're definitely wanting to get some performance improvement tools, but yeah, getting the plugins installed is just the first portion, and like I said, there's a lot of other steps in between, and that's where we're looking to create some breakout pieces of content to walk through the steps with some resources to get the this tooling configured and functional. And the first one that I'm going to be focused on is Fluent SMTP because a lot of these other tools utilize email as a part of the workflow. But other than that, it's late here tonight. I feel good getting our plugins installed. Like I said, more stuff to get those configured and working. But that being said, what else, Tyler, did you want to talk about before we bring day two to a close here?
No, this is good. We've got some more content to write before our live stream tomorrow night.
And I'm glad that you mentioned writing content. This is one of the things that we're wanting to do around these daily money printer conversations where we're building the YonksTEAM money printer in public is take the live stream content and elevate that in a written format, maybe do some sort of AI summary. I know that Fathom does that pretty well, so we're going to largely start with the copy and paste. And this is another thing where we're really looking to use the AI portion because the AI portion of the conversation here on the front side of building the money printer is going to be a little light because most of this is getting done in WordPress, but that's something that we're wanting to bring AI agency to as well. But we went through a lot of stuff there. Did you have any thoughts or feedback, Lotus, on what we went through tonight?
Um, a lot to learn, I guess. I still have to schedule a time with Roman. Is your site functional now, or you're still putting it together?
Well, when you say functional, this is what it looks like. If you go to it, it says "Hello
It's
World."
it's live, but there's nothing on it yet. This is the goal of these live streams is just to say if you're starting Greenfield with your own site, first do X and Y and Z and pick your plugins and pick your theme and pick your stuff and write your content so you can kind of build along with us if you want to.
That's what I thought. That's why I still have to kind of learn it because I'm not very versed on technology, but I
Yeah,
will
and
learn the words.
that's one of the things here. Like some of the stuff we Tyler and I have used WordPress in the past, and this is one of the things. Like a lot of the plugins that we're using here, even though that we've used WordPress in the past, we haven't used these specific plugins. So that's one of the things that we're really wanting to be vulnerable here, because this is something that we've known that we've needed to do as far as like build an email list and get better at content. And so, yeah, the site is functional, but it's out of the box, and like it wouldn't like when you say functional. What this goes back to why we had the conversation last night. What do we want the Yonks team website to do? Because like serving up a page here, hello world, it's doing that great. But you think about like one of the goals that we have here in the next 3 to 4 weeks is we're wanting to create a paid marketing campaign where somebody sees an ad, like a social ad, they go to our website, register for a webinar, attend a webinar, then they decide to buy the thing, they come back to our website, buy the thing, And this is the sort of thing that the CRM tool tracks all of those flow as far as what that looks like and where somebody's at in the process. Because at the end of the day, timing's not going to be right for everybody. So the opportunity over time to grow our email list, because it might not be the right timing here in September of 2025, but who knows about November or January or February of 2026. So that's where having an email list where you can contribute to create value through how that you're communicating and the messaging. And the reason that most marketers say build an email list, because it is still the best return as far as dollars spent and the opportunity to just build upon that and continue. Like that's another thing that we really want to build towards, is creating like a series of emails so that when somebody gets in your email list, you can like deliver value over time. And again, it's timing, and that's one of the things that we're going to be elevating through conversations, through ongoing conversations like mastermind conversations, to really help people elevate the functionality of their money printer. So, got to build the money printer, building a solid foundation, continuing to tweak, because the same message isn't going to continue to print money, and figuring out the different messaging or different strategies. And like one of the things that shifted here is TikTok has gained a lot of momentum in the last 5 to 10 years with the younger audience compared to Facebook, for example. So Facebook is now known by younger kids, where their parents and grandparents, the social platform for parents and grandparents. So all right. Well, this is day two of the YonksTEAM Money Printer. The AI stuff will intensify here. We're also going to be evaluating a minute launch AI from our WordPress friend Spence Foreman. I know that he had an office hours on Minute Launch AI here this last week, so we're really wanting to see what sort of functionality that he's been cooking up there. And anyway, do you have any final thoughts, Tyler, before we bring day two of the Money Printer series to a close?
Um, just one thought was, do you remember, and I don't know if Cadence already has this, do you remember when we were building the original Youngstown we had that overhead menu? Do we have that so we can start building out the pages and have that all done? Cadence.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that the AI can kick out pretty quickly. There's also themes and templates and different things like that. So
Yeah, that's it. Okay, thanks everybody.